my audio right here, because there's a start for everything and this is the beginning. So in this video or in this stream, I will be teaching you guys on how you can reach 100k on aimlabs. As you know, or you may not know, I just reached 100k on aimlabs yesterday, and it was based on certain principles which helped me to reach it. I hope the audio is clear. Let's check it out, the stream itself first. I'm live right now, but this is saying I'm not live, which is very strange. Okay, now it is live. Okay, so my voice is audible. I hope it's not doubling now. So anyway, let's get back to the stream. So I just met the rank number 6 right now on this through the stream itself, and it was pretty regular. Okay, so he gave me an advice too, like when you gain a speed in GridShot which is pretty high, that means you can aim for 3 balls instead of 2. So that is practically true, but if you are a beginner, I would advise you to slowly increase that, because everything works on the principle of small steps at a time. You develop around let's say 30,000 new brain cells each day, and you're investing 15 to 10,000 of them in everything you want to improve at. So if you're basically doing it and imagining that you will be at let's say you want to be at 200k GridShot score, for that you would need to develop around 1 million or less than that amount of brain cells. So practically you cannot do that in one day, because physically you can only produce 30,000 brain cells per day, new brain cells, and rewire them accordingly. So it is always the concept of small steps at a time. So here it is. I'll show you what you guys can do to improve your skills right here. So the first thing, which nowadays we have replay system in GridShot, which really helps us a lot. So the first thing is, I really don't keep the audio. I never kept it. I just kept it for 6 shots right here. I don't think it's necessary. You don't get the time to think. Okay, so the first greatest thing which aimlabs has done nowadays is that replays are available for almost every high scorer which is recent. So you can watch them and you can actually learn from them, like what are they doing different. So that's exactly what I did, and the thing I noticed was that every beginner is like wobbling around the grid. He's hitting here, he will wobble around, he will make a C and then hit it, make a C and then hit it, make a C then hit it. That's not the case what a better muscle memory will do. If you want to have a better muscle memory, so how can you reduce the distance from here to here? Just going straight up, that's it. You don't need to revolve around the world and go to the grid. Just try to make it a straight habit. Go straight. If you will notice any top ranked GridShot scorer, he will go straight to the grids instead of diagonal or having some rotation. So check out your replay, observe it, decrease the speed to 0.2 or 0.5 depending on how quick you are, and just see if you're really curving the balls right here, curving your projectile or path. Okay, so you just need to build this habit, slow steps at a time. Like, don't expect yourself to be like at 10's level at the very beginning, just like having the god level of speed. Just build it slowly build the habit of having the straight arc, the straight path. And the other thing which I noticed that rank number 1s or high ranks do is that they always try to hit the middle, because when you're hitting the middle, your muscle memory is consistent, because you're hitting here, you know it will pop up over here or somewhere, and the direction to that would be straight, rather than if you're hitting at the corner, then your trajectory will be a bit broken because of the muscle memory. So if you're hitting in the middle, you will have a consistent muscle memory of the grid, and this will also grow on you. So always try to hit in the middle, so and go straight. So once you have done that, once you're very comfortable at it, then try to improve your speed a little bit, small steps at a time, not like enormously, obviously, because that's not how the real world works. You have to take it small steps at a time with consistency, and that's what leads to mastering a skill, regardless of anything it is. So this is basically facts which I'm saying right now. It's not something written in the fantasy book. You have to literally do it, because for me personally, I'm a medical student, and to clear my medical college exam, I had to put it one step at a time and really just not expect like everything at the beginning. You have to build the system. Okay, that's the second thing. Now the third thing is, when I was trying to improve my keyboard speed, what what the 200 words per minute writer promoted was that you need to really burst the speed. So for one word you would burst it like this: one word, one word, one word, then stop, burst and stop, burst and stop, burst and stop. So this will really help you to build the speed until you get comfortable in doing this. I say bursting, 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 then try to join the cycle, right? Bursting, 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 and slowly increase it. For example, I'm feeling very uncomfortable in hitting 3 with quickest speed possible. Look at that, I missed the third one, so I will break it down and hit the 2 right here. 1 2 1 2. Always remember straight lines, and basically just keep doing it, and within like 2 months or 1 month you will be there, definitely. So everyone says that a video game is not pay to win because it is technically free, the software is being provided free, but in reality you have to buy 240Hz monitor, you have to buy a PC which is capable of running to 40Hz without any lag. So due to all of that, it is obviously pay to win. So if you have a 60Hz monitor, I was able to reach 99K on 60Hz, and it didn't really matter to me, but still it's a great difference. I have the 60Hz monitor right here in my left side, and I would have progressed on it further too, possibly even reach 100K for sure, but it wouldn't be that optimum, right? Because you're not using the latest technology. You're not taking the full advantage of refresh rate and the ease it has on your head and on your eyes as well. So just build it up slowly, slowly. Look at that, I was not even trying, and I've reached 80K or something like that. Look at that. Now I will try to identify my own mistakes. I'm not perfected the skill itself for now because I'm at 100K or 90K, but you can really see the workflow. Just click on view replay. Like if you will watch it in regular speed, you will not be able to identify things that well, because this is your speed, okay, your maximum speed almost. So you need to reduce the speed obviously, and then identify. Look at that, it is quite straight, but here I did some mistake, here mistake. Look at that, over flicking. So that's something you need to keep in mind as well. Straight lines, straight lines, straight lines. Center that wasn't centered, that caused my trajectory to be broken a bit. So yeah, you need to be a bit conscious at the beginning, and later it just gets better over the passage of time, because it becomes second nature. So imagine you're basically trying to wake up at 7 a.m. automatically, which will not happen. So you will need to be consciously aware, set an alarm, and that will wake you up. And after like 3 to 4 months of doing that, and you will turn off the alarm, your body would have adapted in such a way that you wouldn't even need to think about waking up at 7. Your eyes will automatically open close to that. Okay, so there's a wildcat which comes in my home to eat my pet's food, and it comes at the same time. It doesn't has any clock in his wrist or anything, but he has that biological memory. At this time he gets rewarded, at this time he finds the food on the table. So that's the same thing. You have to build this habit of doing the right things, and yeah, things grow eventually, and you will be wherever you want to be. So think about this: the possibility of the universe existing was pretty low, 0.00 billion 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 and 1 point of a decimal, and life existing on the universe is even greater, billion 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 and zero point 0.1. So if that is possible, if we are possible, then don't you think even having a percentage of odd in your side, a percentage of possibility in your side, should maybe be enough to for you to believe that you can do anything? Definitely. So just believe in yourself. That's the biggest thing. There's no genetics. Genetics is only in you believing what you can do and what you cannot do. Because once you believe, then you take the action, and then when things tend to happen. Okay, so that's the basic thing. Like video games for me, it has given me the opportunity of belief, because you can do literally anything. So I reached high rank over here, then I shifted that belief to my studies, and yeah, a lot of other things. So that's why anything you build, just try to evolve in it and grow through it. I didn't did any PhD on this GridShot or anything. I just used my education background of analyzing things and common sense to just observe what's the difference and just do it. Everything takes consistency. So just believe in yourself. So why do people say Gen Z is bad and all stuff? Because they don't believe in themselves and they tend to hate everything. I'm also from Generation Z, but I don't think Generation Z is like a taunt to the entire Generation Z. It's a taunt to that behavior of just having the factuality of not like believing yourself and on having self-limited beliefs. I cannot do it and all stuff, and being hurt for littlest thing. So that's what I really pity as well. So I call everyone Gen Z as well in YouTube. Look at the comment section, they're complaining for every little thing. Okay, so these are my basic tips. Like you can observe the high rank too. He will do the same thing but at higher speed, obviously, because he's been doing it for a long time with the right technique. So he's where he is. Okay, so now you might be asking, why is that a person who has spent 1,000 hours cutting a wood is not cutting the same way or effectively the same way as the other person who's also spent 1,000 hours, but he's able to cut the tree way more, double or triple? Well, that comes to the technique you're following, that comes to the method you're following. So right now I've given you the right method. So imagine if that person is basically cutting the wood without a sharp axe, he will obviously have less outcome than the person who is spending 1 to 2 hours on cutting a tree, because his axe is sharpened. He knows the right technique. Okay, so apply the same principle. Not everyone follows it because they just don't believe in themselves. So when I gave my competitive exam for medical college, I thought it would be a bit tough, obviously. So, but it really wasn't. It was just a concept of small steps at a time. So I just studied for like 2 months and I beat it 70% of the competition, even though I haven't been studying for since like a lot of time. So if that is possible, that means these 70% of people, either they forcefully failed the competitive exam, or they just don't believe in themselves, or they don't know the right technique of doing things. Right? So now fast forward that to 1 year of practice, that 2 months, that led me to a percentage of like 80,000 out of 20 lakh people, which is a lot, right? So that's the same thing with GridShot. I've been practicing it for like just 2 months, I think, or 1 month even, and I came from, my first score was 55,000, and look at that, I grew on that. After like 2 weeks I was at 75,000, and then 95,000. I just kept the consistency, keep observing what I'm doing wrong and just mixing things up, and here you are. Just don't brainlessly keep doing the thing, just observe what wrong things you may be doing and grow through that. So yeah, that's about it. The biggest thing I think is wrong with competitive gaming is the community. They're so toxic, like they will always try to bring you down and limiting that self-belief. So that's the thing I don't like about gaming. Apart from that it's really fun. So I usually keep people mute on Valorant competitive, and I'm still able to climb. Lol. So the biggest difference is just belief. Look at that, 70 lakh people. This is like 7 million, and out of that you are the 80,000. Isn't that a great accomplishment? Why? Because you followed the right technique, you did it consistently, and you got the right gear. That's all. So the top 6 gave me an advice that you should be hitting 3. Try to hitting 3. That's a good advice, but right now I won't be able to do that, obviously, because my speed is not that great. But still, consciously, when my speed matches that, I would be gradually implementing it to that. So that's why I always advise to not look at the number 1. Like, this guy is definitely a hacker. This guy is legit. So you can watch him, but you won't learn much because the gap is too much. If you would watch a large rank person like this Scooby, you will not learn anything from him as well, because everything he's doing you already know. So if you really want to grow, just look at someone who's just a bit above you, okay, and adopt his good habits, eliminate the bad ones, and you will surpass that as well. And yeah, just keep doing that. Like, this is quite possible, and you will be here, right here, or even above, depending on how much time you spend. Like, look at this. Oh my god, I cannot do it. Oh my god. Just think of it this way. This guy put in a lot of time. This guy put in a lot of effort. His screen is completely black. He's probably doing the same muscle memory trick over and over again for a year. And that's all. That's literally all. Like, at this speed you can ignore the path trajectory as well, but if this guy wants to improve further, he would need to follow that path trajectory skill as well. So I was stuck at 98,000, then I followed the path trajectory, focused on improving my base, and that led to a complete polished GridShot score, and I was able to score 100k the following day. Look at that, it's almost straight. But this also shows this is not a robot, because he's having some human gesture. Look at the movement, like that he's shaking. So this is not a robot, definitely, unless someone has developed it too well. Look at that. Like, this guy, man, he's able to maintain this speed as well. So this guy is fully capable. Anyone is capable. He just needs to improve on his technique a bit more. Like, you can soak, even at this skill level, you can soak a good 2k or 3k more from this guy with the right technique. Yeah, so I hope you found this video helpful, and yeah, if you have any questions, you can actually watch my older videos as well, like from 4 days. I've been doing this for a while, but I wasn't streaming. So yeah, so thanks for watching.